Welcome to the Wall Street Geek, where we don't sing, we don't have a show on Fox, and we don't allow cameos by Gwyneth Paltrow. But we do help you stay informed about important money matters. The Department of Labor will be requiring 401k service providers to report all fees starting in 2012. Now this has folks in the 401k industry shaking in their boots to think that employees may discover that their 401k fees may be unreasonably high. As I've said in past videos and on my nationally syndicated blog, The Wall Street Geek, I'm an investment advisor and I run a registered investment advisory firm in New York City called Price Capital. So next, I'll share with you advice that I give to clients on what to do if they discover that their 401k fees are unreasonably high. Michelle, thanks for talking with me today. Well, thanks for having me. Now, I wanted to talk to you about the fee disclosure regulations enacted by the Department of Labor. Now, what can you tell us about them? Well, starting in 2012, 401k service providers must disclose to plan participants in clear language all fees and conflicts of interest in a quarterly report. And this is great news because it will allow employees to see clearly whether the fees being charged by their 401k service provider are reasonable or not reasonable under the Employee Retirement Income Security Act, or ERISA, Section 404A. Now explain why having a hard look at fees is important to not only employees, but to their plan sponsors, who are often the human resources or employee benefits team in a company that hires the 401k service provider. Well, it's important because an employee can end up working several years, maybe even a decade longer than they intended before they can save enough to retire because of fees. And with the kind of market we've been experiencing the past few years, employees are starting to fight back over excessive fees, as they should, especially given the lack of certainty over Social Security and pensions. Now, here's a rhetorical question. Should plan sponsors be worried about this? Well, just ask Walmart, Caterpillar, or Kraft. I mean, these are Fortune 500 companies whose employees were so dissatisfied with their 401k plan fees that they decided to take these companies to court. I mean, Kraft, we all ate their macaroni growing up. So if employees are taking these companies to court, I mean, what's stopping them from going after a smaller, potentially less threatening company? Absolutely. A plan sponsor is typically the fiduciary of the company's 401k plan, and as a result, they have legal duties under ERISA. A critical duty is the fiduciary's legal responsibility to select, monitor, and if necessary, replace the plan's investment options if they aren't in the best interest of employees. Now, this includes determining if fees are reasonable, and this is often neglected, if investment options are performing. So as a plan sponsor and fiduciary, it's worth it on so many levels to show your employees that you're putting forth the effort to find a 401k plan for them with reasonable fees and proactive educational service. So if a plan sponsor realizes that their fees are unreasonable or don't even know what their fees are, what should they do? Great question. It's very simple. Seek a better 401k service provider. In other words, call me. I've never known you to be modest. So let's put you in the hot seat. Why your plan? Number one reason, low fees. I seek to reduce 401k fees for new clients by 25 to 50%. To employees, lower fees may mean the difference between retiring at 57 instead of 67. So how do you justify your fee? Well, I ask employees and sponsors to think about their experience with their current 401k service provider over the past year. Did someone manage your investments for you, or just recommend during enrollment that you invest in a target date fund and disappear? Did anyone proactively offer you financial education or one-on-one help? And if you had questions, did you even know who to call? And if you knew, was that person an independent licensed advisor, or a broker compensated by the mutual fund companies in your plan, thus having a conflict of interest? All good things to consider. And if you're a plan sponsor, and if this is the experience that employees are having, I'm confident that you'd want my plan and would want my firm to service it, because my firm is an independent registered investment advisory firm, or IAA, and knows about fiduciary responsibilities. We're proactive and we're not compensated by the mutual fund companies in the plan, and my firm's plan has low fees. Now, one more question. If a viewer wanted more information about potentially lowering their fees, where can they go? Well, visit lowfee401kplan.com. Go there to see how you can receive a proposal for a lower cost 401k. In some cases, up to 25 to 50% less in fees. And as a plan sponsor and as an employee, that should be compelling. As well as getting better services like proactively managed model portfolios, lower cost administration, and continuous financial education. But really, at the end of the day, the purpose is for plan sponsors to see how they may provide a better 401k plan and better retirement services to their employees. So you heard it here. Go to lowfee401kplan.com and see how you may lower your plan fees. I hope you enjoyed my interview with Michelle Price, Managing Principal of Price Capital, an independent registered investment advisory firm in New York City. Until next time, this is the Wall Street Geek, hoping that you live long and profit. Take care.